Hello guys, welcome back Men's Dream Lifestyle. As men, we are culturally expected to be strong, right? But just because society demands that strength for men, it doesn't mean that we are naturally strong. We have to work on our strengths by finding our weaknesses and beating them down with practice, with discipline, with research, training, and with a lot of time. It's an ever-growing process. And today I want to talk about the 5 weaknesses that you should overcome as soon as possible. Guys, if you're new here, men's fashion, fitness, health, trending style, hair care, skincare, lifestyle tips and love tips. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and join our family. The first weakness that you need to overcome is laziness. Laziness is the cause of so much pain later in your life. As you get older, you definitely realize one thing: life is short, so make the best. Don't be lazy with work, don't be lazy with your relationships. Don't waste your time on meaningless activities, because you're going to end up regretting it later. And don't confuse meaningless activities with having fun with your friends or your loved ones, because that is definitely not meaningless. But maybe early on TikTok for 2 hours a day, or watching hours of Netflix, that can all be seen as lazy and possibly meaningless depending on what you're watching and why. Take that time to do something with your life. Anything from a hobby that you really enjoy, like playing an instrument, reading a helpful book, learning something new, seeing your loved ones, furthering your career or your studies. There is nothing wrong with lazy once in a while, trust me, it's kind of fun, right? And having a nice quiet relaxing night, for example, I love those. The problem is when they happen too often and you start to fall behind, then later in life you realize that you could have done more, and the feeling of I could have done more but I don't. It's probably one of the most gut-wrenching feelings that you can have, because it's all on you and it's no one else's fault. So when laziness starts to creep, I try your best to push through, and you're gonna be proud of yourself for beating down that weakness. The next weakness we should all overcome is, of course, physical weakness. Beating down laziness so that we can work out. For example, so that we can stay active, get some time outdoors and some fresh air, so that we can be healthy enough to enjoy our lives for many, many years to come. Physical weakness will prevent you from living a great life, right? If you're not healthy enough to travel, there is no money in the world that will fix it. If you're not healthy enough to walk up a flight of stairs, your life is not going to be as fulfilling as it could be. If you have no energy to enjoy your friends, your family. If you're unhealthy to a point that you can't find a partner, because your lifestyle choices are clearly sideways, then it becomes an even larger problem. So work out, be active, sleep well, and eat healthy foods. If you want an extra push, a boost that will help you get fit to look and feel your absolute best. The next weakness all men must overcome topic that I want to talk about is overthinking. This is a huge weakness for men and it needs to be overcome. The problem with overthinking is that it freezes your mood, right? If you're overthinking, you're not acting, you're not doing thinking about something. Doing research, doing your due diligence is a good thing. Overthinking is not, it's an unnecessary waste of time and brain power. It's going to keep you from actually doing those things that you're thinking about doing. Overthinking leads to procrastination. It's like those people who love to write to-do lists, and they'll take an hour to write this amazing to-do list. But then because they took so long to write it, they're not gonna have time to actually do the things on the list, because they took so long to write it, so it's too much. Overthinking and procrastinating are productivity killers. They're going to hinder your growth as a person, so the best thing that you can do is to simply do. Another issue with overthinking is that you start to find reasons as to why you shouldn't do what you're thinking about, right? You start to think, well, what if this happens when I'm doing that, or what if that happens, and then you start to think about these possibilities, and they're endless, right? Which means now you're not acting, you're just thinking about everything that could go wrong, and that is limiting, that is going to crush your confidence. Like I said, thinking is good, but be careful with overthinking and letting that weight sink in, that pressure limit your moves. That is not helpful in any case. Next, this one is extremely important. Because if you can't overcome this, you're basically limited for the rest of your life, and that is self-imposed limitations. Thinking that you can't do it because you're not good enough. These are all in your head, all limitations that you put on yourself, right? Would you tell someone that who you love, let's say, right, that they couldn't do it, that they couldn't have their dream job if they worked hard for it, that they couldn't be successful if they put everything into it? Probably not, right? You wouldn't tell them that. So why do we tell ourselves that limiting mindset is dangerous? Because it keeps you from believing in yourself. And if you truly believe that you can't do something, then you most definitely will not be able to do it. Instead, you have to be your own best cheerleader. You have to believe in yourself and say, you know what, maybe I can't do it yet, But I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna push hard, I'm going to achieve the goals I set for myself because doable. Because if other people can do it, then you bet your ass and I can do it too. The next weakness that you have to overcome, and this is an ongoing weakness that I battle pretty much every day, and that is being impatient. I want things done and I want things done now, so that I can move on to the next thing, and that mindset, it's good to a degree. It keeps me moving, it allows me to push as hard as I can to grow in my field. But it also hurts me because things just take time. Being impatient can be very damaging to your mental health. You're going to quickly find out that to get something done properly you need time. Guys, don't do this weakness and share your friends. Guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join our family. Thank you guys.